what are my tips for getting into commentary? I gave a long sort of bit of basic advice about this on my YouTube channel recently. But yeah, I mean, the basics are, you know, sort of be yourself, learn how to speak well. Just becoming comfortable on the mic, you know. Like, let's say right now, if I put somebody on the stream, one of these random people on the stream, to do commentary, who knows a lot about the game, and you just put them on the mic, would they be comfortable enough to speak and do sort of the basic things you need to do as a commentator? As a commentator, it's not just about how much you know, or, you know, memeing it up. You have to also be able to introduce in and out. Come on, man. What you doing down there? You have to be able to kind of weave in and out of matches, throw to the next match, throw to breaks, be comfortable just speaking on the mic. Those things are all important, right? It's not just, well, I know that that move is +6 and, you know, that's -4. Like, what are you going to say in the meantime? There's more to it than that, you know. Commentating is hard. Yeah, I think commentary is hard. It's like any improvable skill, right? Oh, he tried to punish. That sucks. How do you get your foot in the door? Man, I've talked about this one, but this one is an ever-changing one. The way that I do it, you know, actually, this is important because I hear people talk about this. I hear people talk about this a lot who are even experienced at doing commentary, talking about how it's hard to get in and do commentary at events. The way to do it is to make yourself a reel. Make yourself a commentary reel. So here's what you have to do. Man, it's fucking dark in here. All right, well, whether the camera's on me or not, you'll be able to see a little bit. Here's what you have to do, right? First and foremost, you have to commentate, right? You have to go to events and commentate locals. You have to stream and commentate on your stream. You have to practice on, you know, YouTube, right? You can use YouTube as a source. If you want to practice commentary, here's what you do. Open up YouTube, type in a Street Fighter match or a Guilty Gear match or whatever you want to commentate. Type that in and mute the game or mute the commentary on the stream and just speak over it and practice your commentary, right? And then do that kind of stuff. Commentate at events, offer to commentate online tournaments that people are at or whatever, right? Anything that there's players on, offer to commentate it. So once you get enough commentary out there and you become comfortable, you'll have, you know, 20 things that you commentated. Cut together the best 3 or 4 minutes of that you can and make that a reel, right? Turn that into a reel. The highlights of that, make that a reel. And that reel you send to tournament organizers and stream runners, etc. and say, hey, I'm so-and-so. I commentated at these events, whatever. Do you need a commentator for this tournament? Hey, do you need a commentator for this tournament? And at first, you'll probably end up having to do a lot of it for free, like all of us did. But eventually, you'll get opportunities. There's a lot of people who are good commentators, but don't know how to be like, hey, let me commentate your event. Hey, are you interested in having commentary for your event? You have to pester people. You got to bug those TOs. When we first started, Steve and I, full-time, I would message there'd be 15 major tournaments. I would message 15 TOs. Be like, hey, we want to do commentary for your event. This is what games we can do. I can do 4 games. Steve can do 4 games. We're willing to do your event. Like, this is how much money we want. We need a flight and hotel. If they say no, then I go to the next TO. Hey, you know, I'd like to commentate your tournament. I could do 4 games of commentary. Here's my reel. Here's his reel. We can do fucking 8 different games total, 3 of them combined. And we'll commentate with whoever. You know, you got to grind. You got to send your reel. You got to grind. You got to grind. You got to grind, right? You got to constantly try to do events. So when I see people who are like, yeah, man, I commentated at my locals. I commentated this one major this one time. Why don't I get commentary jobs? And it's like, are you sending your reel to, you know, every single TO that's coming up telling them that you want to do commentary? Or are you fucking hustling to try to get those events? Because if you're not, you have no excuse, right? How did Aris make it as a commentator? Because he used to commentate everything. Before he was a streamer, he would commentate every single week at Wednesday Night Fights. And he built up this big sort of reputation. So now he's at the point where he doesn't need to send anybody anything. People ask him to do shit. That's the difference. But if you're starting out, it's different. You have to send in your reels and work hard, you know? There's a lot to it. You can't just be like, I commentated Evo once. Why don't people ask me to do commentary for everything? I don't understand. There's more to it than that. You can't be lazy. You got to keep working. That's why even after commentating a million different things, I still insist on commentating Wednesday Night Fights every single week, right? It's good practice. That's how you get better.